COVID-19 information in American Sign Language. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, have created new videos in American Sign Language to help you keep up with the latest COVID-19 news and guidance. Learn how to protect yourself and the people you care about from COVID-19.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Vanessa Paloma-Bajarnik. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. At least one person is dead and at least 4 others injured after a gunman opened fire in a downtown Atlanta hospital. Police say the suspect is 24-year-old Dion Patterson. Authorities say he became enraged while sitting in the waiting room with his mother and started shooting. His mother was not injured. All of the shooting victims were women. Patterson then fled the scene in a stolen car. I was there in downtown Atlanta when the shooting happened. All of the stores and tourist attractions shut down while police searched for Patterson on the ground, in police cars, and in the air in a helicopter. Authorities discovered a gruesome scene at a home in Henrietta, Oklahoma over the weekend. Seven people were found dead in the home, including 2 teenage girls who had been reported missing. The home belonged to 39-year-old Jesse McFadden, a registered sex offender. Authorities say the other victims were McFadden's wife, her 3 children, and Jesse McFadden, too. Other than that, authorities are not providing a lot of details about the crime. The parents of one of the victims say they had known the McFaddens since 2020. But they did not know Jesse McFadden was a registered sex offender. "38-year-old Francisco Oropesa has been captured after a 4-day manhunt. He is suspected of fatally shooting 5 people, including a 9-year-old boy, at his neighbor's home in Texas. Authorities say the neighbors asked Oropesa to stop shooting his rifle during the night so their baby could sleep. Oropesa allegedly responded by walking into his neighbor's house and opening fire. Oropesa was found hiding in a closet in a home in the town of Cut and Shoot, Texas, about 17 miles from where the murders took place. He is now in jail being held on a $5 million bond. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is investigating a COVID outbreak from its own annual conference. About 35 COVID cases have been linked to last week's conference in Atlanta. The CDC says it's working with the Georgia Department of Health to conduct a rapid assessment of cases that appear to be connected to the conference. They are working to determine the transmission patterns. This was the first in-person CDC conference in 4 years. According to the Washington Post, people attending the conference say many people did not wear masks or socially distance. Those are precautions the CDC recommended earlier in the COVID pandemic. But the federal government has been winding down its response to the pandemic. And the official public health emergency is set to end next week. The Writers Guild strike began less than 24 hours ago, and it's already affecting some of your favorite TV shows. Late-night TV shows were impacted first because they rely on the writers in real time. They have already started airing reruns of old shows. NBC announced that Saturday Night Live will run reruns until further notice. Industry analysts say if the strike goes on for a couple of months, it will delay the start of new seasons of other shows later this year. The 11,000 members of the Writers Guild of America say because streaming TV has changed the industry so much, they're making less than they were 10 years ago. Analysts say writers are also worried about being replaced by computers, which can write scripts using artificial intelligence. The New York Times report claims a text from news anchor Tucker Carlson possibly played a role in Fox News firing him. According to the report, in January 2021, Carlson messaged the producer that he watched a video of a group of supporters of former President Trump beating up an Antifa kid. The report claimed Carlson texted it was, quote, "not how white men fight." But in the alleged text message, Carlson supposedly shared that he was still rooting for the mob to kill the person. The New York Times reports the message was discovered as part of the Dominion voting system's defamation lawsuit against Fox. According to the New York Times, Fox's board of directors were alarmed by the text message, and it played a role in Carlson's firing last month. Neither Fox News nor Tucker Carlson have responded to the New York Times report. Some U.S. senators have reintroduced the Kids Online Safety Act. The bill would require safety features for social media. It requires companies like Meta, Google, and Twitter to create a safe environment for young people. Those companies would be responsible for responding to harmful content, including bullying, eating disorders, and substance abuse. If the companies do not comply, they could be sued by the Federal Trade Commission and states' attorneys general. Opponents of the bill say it could be used to target specific content and vulnerable groups like the LGBTQ community. Today, Wednesday, is a perfect time to celebrate National Garden Meditation Day. May 3rd holiday encourages people to take time out from their hectic routines and get outside and meditate. The holiday provides a reminder that people need to take time out to relax, rejuvenate, and get in touch with nature. If you are celebrating National Garden Meditation Day, don't forget to take a picture and post with the hashtag Garden Meditation Day. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.